بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على خاتم الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. These are some exercises about section 1.3. Find the intercepts and graph the function. Well, let us find the x-intercept. To find the x-intercept, we put y0, so 3x would be equal to 12, or x is equal to 4. We divide both sides by 3. To find the y-intercept, we put x0, so we have 4y equals to 12, or y equals to 12 over 4, which is 3. So now we can sketch the graph of this line. This is a linear function. X-intercept at 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the x-intercept. Y-intercept is 3, so 1, 2, 3. This is the y-intercept. And we can just connect these 2 points. So this is the graph of this line. Find the slope of the line passing through the given points. Well, the definition of the slope, it is delta y over delta x, or y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So if we call these coordinates x1, y1, the coordinates of the first point, and the coordinates of the second point are x2, y2. So negative 17 minus 11 over 15 minus 22. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Of course, you can switch between the 2 points and call the first one x2, y2, and the second one x1, x1, y1. I mean, you can switch between them, no problem. You will get the same answer. You use the calculator to find that the answer is 4. So the slope of this line is 4. If a line is horizontal, then the slope is 0. The slope of the horizontal line is 0. If a line is vertical, then its slope is undefined. The slope of the vertical line is undefined. Find the slope and the y-intercept and graph the function. Well, this is this form. If the equation is written in this form, then the slope is the coefficient of x, which is 4 over 3. And the y-intercept is half. If you put x0 also, you will find that the y-intercept is half. But this is the slope-intercept form. To graph this line, we can choose another point on the line and sketch the graph, or we can use the definition of the slope. The y-intercept is half, so if this is 1, this is half. So the line passes by this point. Now, the slope is 4 over 3. So delta y over delta x is 4 over 3. So if you move 3 units to the right from this point and 4 units up on the y, so this is 1, this is half, so I want 4 point half. So 1, 2, 3, 4, this is 4 point half, so I go up to here. Now this is another point on the line, and I can connect these two, and this is the graph of this line. You can see that the slope of this line would be, now this is 3 points here and 4, okay? So 3 units, 4 units, the slope would be 4 over 3. So we used the slope to find another point on the line, and then we connected the 2 points and graphed the line. Y equals to negative 2. This line is a horizontal line. This is the y-axis. So y is always negative 2, and that's the graph of this line. This is y equals -2. Remember, the x-axis has the equation y equals 0. X equals -½ This is a vertical line. The y-axis has the equation x equals 0, and if this is 1, then this is the line x equals -½ and if this is -1. So this is the equation of the vertical line, x equals -½ What do we need? We need the slope and the y-intercept and graph the function. Well, what slope? The y-intercept. The slope here for the horizontal line, slope is 0, all right, and the y-intercept is -2. While for this vertical line, the slope is undefined and there is no y-intercept because the line never crosses the y-axis. It's parallel to the y-axis. To find here the slope and the y-intercept, we need to solve this equation for y. That would be a nice way. We need to write it in the form y equals mx plus b, the slope intercept form. So let us solve it for y. So I will leave -2y here, take 3x to the other side, and then I will divide by -2. So y would be equal to -3 over -2, which is 3 over 2x, and 18 over -2 would be -9. So now we can see that the slope is 3 over 2 and the y-intercept is -9. Now to sketch the graph of this line, we can put the y-intercept, which is -9, -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is -9. This is the y-intercept. And now again, we can use the slope to find another point on this line, delta y over delta x. So if you go 2 units to the right, here, 3 units up, so this point, okay, which is -6, which is 2, -6, is a point on the line, and this would be the graph of this line. This is delta y would be 3 and delta x would be 2. Write the slope intercept form. Slope intercept form, it is y equals mx plus b. That's the slope intercept form of the equation of the line that has the given slope. So the slope is half and the y-intercept is -3. So the equation immediately, the slope is half and the y-intercept is -3. So that's the equation of the line. Write the equation of the line that passes through the given 2 points. And he did not ask for specific form. Then graph the line. Well, I know that the slope is -5. And what is this? 2, 0. Y is 0. X is 2. This is the x-intercept. Anyway, I can say that the equation is y equals -5x plus b because the slope is -5. And I can use this point, x is 2, y is 0, to find the value of b. So if I put y 0 and x 2, I find that -10 plus b is 0. If I take -10 to the other side, then b is 10. And the equation would be -5x plus 10. So this is one way to find the equation of the line. Now to graph the line, I start by the y-intercept, and the y-intercept is 10. So this is 5, and this is 10. So this is the y-intercept. Now the slope is negative 5. So delta y over delta x would be negative 5 over 1. This is negative 5. You can write it negative 5 over 1 or 5 over negative 1. If it is negative 5 over 1, then I have to go 5 units on the y-axis, but downward because of the negative sign. So I go from 10 to 5 up to here. And then I go 1 unit to the right. I reach a point on the line. I just connect these 2 points, and this would be the graph of the line. Okay, this would be the graph of the line. So I can note the coordinates of this point. The new point is 1 and 5. You can check if you like that the line passes by this point. If you put x1, negative 5 plus 10 would be 5. So your answer is correct. With undefined slope, the line passes by this point with undefined slope. We need to find its equation. Well, if the line has undefined slope, then it's a vertical line. And the equation, this is vertical line. And the equation of the vertical line is x equals k or b or whatever number. So it passes by this point. So x is negative 1. So the equation of the vertical line is x equals to negative 1. This is the vertical line with undefined slope that passes by this point. And it is easy to graph this line. You go 1 unit to the left, and this is x equals to negative 1. This is the vertical line. With zero slope, this is a horizontal line. And the equation of the horizontal line is y equals k or b or whatever. This point xy, so y is 1. So the equation of this horizontal line is y equals to 1. And it's easy to graph this line. It passes by y by 1. Okay, y is 1 by the point 0, 1. So yeah, graph the line, find the equation. So we found the equation and graphed the line. Write the equation of each line described or shown. Okay, so we need to find the equation of the line through 2 points. Well, I have the equation of the line can be written also like this: y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. This is the equation of the line in point slope form. So to write the equation of the line, I need to know the 1 point and slope. Well, I have been given 2 points here. So let me find the slope using these 2 points. The slope is delta y over delta x. So it's negative 6 minus 2. This is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. If you start from here, you have to continue starting from here, from the second point. So the answer would be negative 8 over negative 4, which is 2. So the slope of this line is 2. And I can choose this point, for example, to be my point, to be x1, y1. So the equation of the line would be y minus y1, which is 2, equals the slope, which is also 2, times x minus x1, which is 3. And this would be the equation of the line. Okay, you can leave it like this because he did not ask about specific form, or you can write it in point slope form if you like. Determine whether the following pairs of equations represent parallel lines, perpendicular lines, or neither. Remember, two lines would be parallel if they have the same slope, and they will be perpendicular if m1 times m2 is -1, if the product of their slopes is -1. So I have two lines here, so I need to find the slope of each line. To find the slope of this line, I will write it in point slope form. So I'll take -3x to the other side, and then I will divide by 2. So I have -3 2x plus 6 over 2, which is 3. So the slope of this line is -3 over 2. Let me also write this line in the point slope form. So let us divide by -3. 6 over -3 is -2. Now what do you see? The slope of the first line is -3 over 2. The slope of the second line is 2 over 3. They are not equal, so the two lines are not parallel. But are the two lines perpendicular? Let us multiply their slopes. 3 cancels with 3, 2 cancels with 2, and we have -1. So the two lines are perpendicular. Another question. Do always the same. Write this equation in point slope form. Divide by -4. -6 over -4 is 3 over 2. 12 over -4 is -3. So that's the first line. The second line. Divide by -2. 3 over 2. 6 over -2 is -3. What do you see? These two lines have the same slope. But not only they have the same slope, they also have the same y-intercept. Actually, it is the same equation. So this is the same line. So these two lines are not parallel, not perpendicular, neither parallel nor perpendicular, because we have the same line actually. So this is the same line. Write the equation of the line passing through this point that's parallel to this line. Well, the equation of the line, as we have seen, is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Well, this is the point x1, y1. But I don't have the slope. How can I find the slope? Well, I know that the line is parallel to this line. And the two lines, the two parallel lines, have the same slope. So if I find the slope of this line, I'll know the slope of this line, which I need to find. So let me write this line in the point slope form. Dividing by 5, I'll find that the slope of this line is -3 over 5. And the two lines are parallel. So the equation would be y minus 7 or y plus 7 equals m, which is -3 over 5, minus x1 or plus 2. That's it. This is the equation of the line. Write the equation of the line passing through this point. I'll call it x1, y1. That's perpendicular to this line. Well, perpendicular means the product of their slopes is -1. I should write this in the point slope form. So I have 4y here, so keep it here and bring 3 to the other side. Then divide by 4, so I'll have 1 over 4x minus 3 over 4. So the slope of this line is 1 over 4. So the slope of my line is -4. Okay, because the two lines are perpendicular. If I call this M1, so M would be, you find the reciprocal of this. This is 1 over 4, so you write it 1 over 4 over 1, and you change the sign. By this, if you multiply the two, you will get -1. So M2 would be always negative 1 over M1. So the slope is negative 4, and the equation would be y plus 8 equals negative 4 times x plus 2. This is the end of the exercises. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Have a nice time and study hard.